Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to a project that at the moment I am calling Project Part X. It is the one and only part exchange I've ever taken. Probably be the last, and I don't normally do it, obviously, as this is the first one I've ever done, but this is what I took in part exchange for Project Tweety Pie. The only reason I did that was because it was someone I work with, so I'm doing them a favour. So I made £64 profit on Project Tweety Pie because I paid him £1,200 for this. So I took the cost of this off of what he owed me for Project Tweety Pie. Let's show you what we got. It's got some issues. Some I knew about, some I didn't. C'est la vie. Let's show you around Project Part X. This car has been his wife's car for quite some time. It has got a great full service history, a 13 plate lounge as you can see, in Bianco white. There are some issues, as I say. We'll go through those in a minute. So there is a little bit of bodywork to do, nothing major. Although I think 2 days ago she had someone hit the car in Sainsbury's supermarket. I'm not sure if it was that one. She did mention it. I said, oh, I'm going to take £50 off for that. Not quite sure which dent it was. It might have been the front, not sure, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So damage wise, as I say, this isn't a cat car, so it's a straight car, not been in an accident as such. So we've got scraping on there, which will obviously easily sand down and paint. Just got to try and match the colour. It looks quite creamy, this one, although it is quite dirty. So we'll go for a creamier shade. I've got so many Bianco whites. I think we'll have to use some spray out cards, and if we haven't got the right colour, we'll have to get it, because there are a few bits of paint that need doing on it. Here as well, obviously I don't want to use a bright white because it will stick out like a sore thumb. There's some sellotape over the cap, so at least it's not missing. So we'll sort that out. As I say, it is very dirty. There's no dents in the roof. There's nothing wrong with the glass. That's all good. This coming down this side, we got a little bit of a hickey here. It's popped out there. Yeah, that needs sorting out. So we'll take that bumper off. I imagine we'll probably paint this little bit. Sorry, I'm not pointing at it. Paint this little bit. It's gone a little bit bent there, so we'll bend it back into shape. It's sort of sticking out here, so we'll sort that out. I know he did have a little hit on this side because he actually got this mirror off of me, this light lens off of me, because someone reversed into it and broke it. So I imagine there's always a chance that the thing is broken underneath. So if that's the case, we did buy some recently, didn't we? Can't remember which side we used. I bought both. No, it was that side that I used, so I may have to get one of those. So we'll have a look at, see if there's any of those on eBay, because I've got a feeling that's going to be broken, which is why it's sticking out like that. But we won't know, obviously, until we get it off. It's had a new back box and tailpipe on it, so we know that's good. Tyres are all good, I think. That's certainly a good one. Cheap one, but a good one. Same goes to that one. Not quite so much tread on that one, but good. I might swap them over. There's no seal damage, no wing damage, no bonnet damage. Now the bumper, we have, again, another problem here. I can see that there's a screw in there. So I think probably that's going to be, that bracket's going to be broken or non-existent potentially. Someone's put a self-tapping screw in there, so that don't hold on very well. So we've got to sort that out. That's obviously got broken tabs, so we'll sort that out. We can see there's some paint around there, so it's had some paint done on it at some point. So it's not too bad. Hopefully that will all nip up properly once I put a new bracket on there. The grill's hanging out down there, but that's just, you get a pair of pliers and pull that back in. That's not a problem. A little hickey just there, again, touch up with paint. There's no other cracking paint on this bumper. I think I'm gonna get some new plates for it. They're all a bit hazy and nasty, so we'll stick some new plates on. That headlight's okay. That headlight's okay. This corner is fine, absolutely fine. That wing is fine. That door is fine. The only thing I've got to do is take that off. They parked it, so this was very, very close to a wall. They had 3 cars on their driveway side by side, and this was quite close to a wall. So she's obviously stuck that on to stop the door. So whether the door's damaged under there, but that's obviously got to come off. Touch up any paint that's needed. A little bit scratched down there, so we'll touch that up. It's nothing much, nothing major. Moving on to the inside, it's the black interior rather than the cream. I think I prefer the cream, but the black makes it, you know, suitable for fellas as well, really, I suppose. Seats are a little bit grubby. They'll need a clean. They're not massively dirty, but they will need a clean, as will obviously the rest of the interior. We'll get rid of the mats. We'll put a fresh set of mats in. Let's jump in a second. We'll show you. Let's put the seat back a little bit. So interior-wise, I could do with the tightening up. So I'll probably tighten that up if I can get it off in one piece. We have got, as I say, we've got all the documents. We've got full stamp service history. So a lot of it's main dealer. Got the locking wheel nut key, which is under there. Mum's taxi sticker will have to come off. And we've got a little car up there which we'll take off, and we'll keep that in the garage. What else? Nothing really else in here to speak of particularly. So if we put the key in, so 57,967 miles. So that's good. As you can see, we do have flashing mileage. Which actually started doing that about 5 minutes after I started my drive home. So I think it's done that before, but Blue and Me doesn't seem to do anything, but the volume controls on that do work. So I think obviously we're going to have to take the Bluetooth out, and luckily I know someone who can fix it, i.e. me. If it's not fixable, I do have a couple of spares. Most fix. It's sod's law that it'll be my one that won't. But yeah, most do fix. Running issues, there is a couple of electrical issues. We'll look under the bonnet in a moment, but there is a rattle when you're idling, and I think it's going to be the airbox. I haven't looked yet. We'll pop the bonnet in a second. But what we do have, I don't know if it will do it now. We'll try it. So it starts fine. We've got between 1/2 and 3/4 of a tank of petrol. It runs fine. It's actually had a new clutch as well. The clutch, to me, seems quite stiff. Positive and works fine, and maybe the clutch in the Sport that I drove over, because I drove the Sport one over and then picked this one up and brought this back, and as soon as I got in it I went, oh, this is heavy clutch, but maybe it was because the other one was a bit lighter. Now I've been driving it a little bit more, it doesn't feel quite so stiff. The only thing down here, I don't know if you're not going to be able to see, it's too dark down there, is my foot keeps hitting something under there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's wires hanging down or something, but when I take my foot off the clutch, the top of my foot hits something, and I'm not quite sure why. So we need to get down there and investigate that. So yeah, flashing mileage, Blue and Me. We're probably, no, we're not on choke. You know what I mean when I say on choke. It doesn't seem to be rattling now. Let's just pop the bonnet, and then we'll have a look under the bonnet and see if there is anything loose under there. Right, yeah, fairly dirty. The hell is that? Don't know what that's for. Oh, black box. Of course. I remember now. What he said to me was, yeah, no, I think he said that was there from the previous owner, and they couldn't get it off. And while I was there, I just went and pulled it off. So we'll take that off. That is broken, so it might have been that was rattling. It's not as tight as it could be. But it's not doing that rattle at the moment. It may well have been that. Now there is this here, which has been bodged. It's impossible to get these, so I will tidy that up from like that. I'm not going to replace it because they're too expensive, but I'll try and tidy it up so it doesn't look quite so bad. Now the DRLs are actually off, so whether that means they're not working or the bulbs are gone or what have you, I do not know. There's no warning about the DRLs. Headlight tabs are all okay. That one's been, this has had a, I don't know whether it was from him or whether it was before he had the car. So this has quite clearly been hit on this corner, and they've really bodged up these lights. So what we'll do is we'll use the existing light, but we'll put new tabs on. We've got tab repair kits, so we'll do that. So let me just stop this engine because it's a bit noisy, isn't it? Not that it's a noisy engine, I mean, it's just that, you know, while I'm trying to talk to you, it's better. A bit quieter now, I don't have to shout. So cam belt has not been done, so I need to get the cam belt done. 57,000 miles, it's 11 years old, cam belt needs to be done. So I'll get it on to Glenn tomorrow and get him booked in to do that as soon as he can. What else? Doesn't need a service. It was only serviced in March. It's done less than 2,000 miles since it was serviced. I won't be servicing it, there's no point. And so I am going to stick a new set of plates on it. I'll get those ordered today. What else is there? Got to sort out that thing there. I think it's had a new thermostat. He had the plastic one on there, and they've replaced it with a metal one, so that's been done, so I know that's okay. Earth strap, I don't know. I think I will probably put a new earth strap on. 11-year-old car, if it's on that original earth strap, it's going to be on the verge, isn't it? So we've got to take the bumper off to sort out these lights, that bracket and so on. And there are a couple of three advisories on the MOT, the last MOT, which haven't apparently been done. I don't think any of them have been done, but we will check out one of them because I can't remember whether we said it's been done or not. So advisory wise, one of the rear shocks had a light misting of oil. So unless they look brand new, I'm just going to change both rear shocks because it's an easy, quick job to do. So I'll just do that. Down this side, we have, I think it was this side, passenger side, we have a worn bush. These are only advisories. A worn bush on bottom arm and a light misting of oil on shock absorber. Now, I don't think... Oh, that's been done. Shock absorber's been done, look. I'm not sure we knew that, but that's quite clearly brand new, isn't it? So it looks like the shock absorber was done, unless it was the other side. I'll have to double check that. Yeah, so that one's certainly not new. I'm sure it said near side. I'll double check that. I'll let you know about that one. I'm hoping in that case maybe the bottom arm's been done as well, you never know. But we'll check all that out. I have got bottom arms, I have got shock absorbers, so if I do need to do a shock, then at least I can do it. But I think it's been done, if it is this side. Fingers crossed. That's it, pretty much. So yeah, tyres, this tyre is okay. Yeah, it certainly don't need replacing. I think we will swap them onto the back though. Same as that one, yeah, they're about the same. Yeah, I'll swap the backs for the fronts because they are in better condition on the back. Obviously it's more important to have the better ones on the front. I think that's about it. So headlight, take the bumper off, sort the headlight, sort the bracket, sort the DRL, damn good clean inside and out. Assess whether I don't know about the brakes, I don't know when they were last done. Can't remember if anything was on the, no, I don't think anything was on the, any old MOTs that it's been done, as far as I can remember. So we'll check those out. If they need doing, obviously we'll do those. We'll give it a good old clean up underneath. So generally, it's all right, apart from these issues going on here and a few dings here and there in the bumper. Nothing in the bodywork. So yeah, it's not too bad, is it? I think it was worth the 1,200 quid. He said to me about, you know, would you take a car in part exchange? And I said, well, it depends how much you want. And it's always difficult, especially when it's someone you know, and in this case, someone I work with, to just throw that figure out there. And I said to him, what sort of money are you looking for? He said, well, I was hoping for £1,000, he said, but I'd probably accept 600. And I thought, what? And I said to him, look, I'm not going to fanny around. I'm not going to beat around the bush. You said you'd accept 600. I'll give you 1,200. I'll double it. And I could almost see him keeping the excitement in his pants. I didn't mean to say that. Keeping his excitement in, not in his pants. And yeah, basically I was giving him double what he was sort of expecting I was going to give him. So I still think I've really got a good bargain. I've done him a favour. I did say I'd give him a little bit more if I can, but I don't think I will, purely on the fact that I only made £65 on the Sport because I've taken this in Part X. So the profit for the Sport has got to come out of this one, although it's minimal work, I should say. So 1,200 quid, obviously no delivery charges or anything like that. Haven't got to MOT it. Got to spend 205 quid on a cam belt. I say got to, I should, and I'm going to. Bottom arm, 30 quid. Headlight brackets, 15 quid. Possibly a shock. Rear shocks, 30 quid, 35 quid. Set of number plates, 14 quid. Yeah, minimal. And just quickly to finish off, there's one other thing with this car, which he did tell me about, although it didn't do it while I was there. However, it did do it when I was driving home. The open door symbol on the Speedo every now and again flickers on and off. And the Speedo was flickering. The light up bit in the middle kept flickering, saying boot open. Now, he did tell me that. So, and it, as I say, it did it quite a lot. And then when I locked it, when I got home, it did the old 3 flashes. It locked it, but it did the old 3 flashes. Let's see what it does now. Now, see, it's doing it all right now. But then at the moment, it hasn't got the message up on the dash. So it's quite clearly intermittent. It could be the boot lock. It could be the hatch wiring. I don't know which. So I've got, opens fine. I have got a spare one. So I'm going to swap that out first and see what happens. And then if it still does it, I'll have a look at the wiring, but I'm not going to put a new loom in. If I have to make a repair on that, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to be spending loads and loads of time and money on this car. I'll do a good, as best I can repair rather than putting a new loom in. I mean, that takes me 3 hours to do that, and I've got to dismantle half the car. Of course, I've got to take the rear panel out anyway, because I've got to get to the Blue and Me. Unless, of course, proxy alignment works, which it might. It does sometimes. But I think that's it. Don't think there's anything else really that I need to tell you about. So, not masses of work. A little bit time consuming for some of it, but I would like to say, I don't know, to get it up to scratch, 3 days? 3 days work maybe? Obviously I've got to clean the seats and they've got to dry as well, but I'm probably going to have to wait a couple of weeks, the best part of a couple of weeks, for the cam belt to be done, I would imagine. But we'll find that out tomorrow, get that booked in tomorrow. So yeah, Project Part X, what do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Price-wise, so assuming I can get it up to scratch, which there's no reason I can't, I don't think, relatively low miles, 50 odd thousand. Once I've sorted out all these bits and all the scratches and what have you on the bumper, the ill-fitting bumper the other side, well, shouldn't take too long, new shocks, etc, etc. But once it's driving with no creaks or bangs, 3.5? I think 3.5, it's worth 3.5 grand of anyone's money in it. Maybe 3,250. So I reckon 1,200 quid I've paid. 200 for the cam belt, that's 1,400. I can't see me having to spend more than another 100, 150 quid. So if we say, let's say 1,600. So if I spend 1,600 in total, and it costs, and I sell it for 3.5, that's, well, 1,900 profit, which, you know, I don't always do this, but I like to try and make £1,000 profit on each car that I do. Some I do, some I don't. So that will give me £1,900 profit on this car obviously, and the Sport. So that would be quite good. So I think we'll try initially. We'll go for the 3.5. I will look at other 13 plate ones, similar mileage, similar condition. Obviously it will be spick and span. It'll be, you know, as they always are. I'll touch the wheels up, do what needs to be done. It'll be a really nice car once it's done. So let me know what you think. Price wise, do you think it's worth 3.5 once it's done? I think so. Let me know what you think in the comments and we'll go from there. So yeah, that's the walk around on Project Part X. Let me know what you think. I could have paid less for it. I didn't want to stitch him up because I feel that would have been a wee by any car price. Which is probably what they offered him. I don't think he even went there. I don't know if they did or not. Don't think he went that far down the line. But yeah, 1,200 quid is a decent amount of money to give him. And I should hopefully be able to make a decent bit of profit out of it once it's all done and ready. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, it is free to subscribe. There are no charges. Just hit the subscribe button that's down there somewhere. Give us a thumbs up. I'll read your comments, whatever they may be. And until the next one, thanks for watching again. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.